Hey, what's going on? This is Steve from Stakepool, checking in for Epic 322. In this video for this Epic, we're going to be going over how valuable this Ghostchain NFT really is by doing just a little return on investment analysis based on projected growth in the Cardano ecosystem. But before we get into that, we're going to celebrate our first ever delegation from Epic 321. These group of people here, I'm proud of these group of people for holding the line. I'm holding the line here with you guys. I'm a regular guy. I got a family. I got bills to pay. You know, um, but I want to let you know I'm all in with you. And again, I thank you for being here. And on to the main topic. So back, I just want to give you a quick story, a little backstory on how I got familiar with the Ghostchain NFT. Back in October, a little bit after I started messing with the stake pool initially before we had any delegation. Um, I got a Twitter account set up for the stake pool, and I got a little bored. You know, um, I wanted to counter argue some anti Cardano fudsters on Twitter, so so I started searching um, the hashtag Ghostchain, and I accidentally stumbled on this project here. Um, and I I got interested because I heard about NFTs from, YouTubers like Alex Becker and, some popular guys. And I was like, okay, let me check it out. And I read their white paper, looked at their website, and I, I fell in love with them, man. It's this project to me is about, you know, sticking it to the footsters that always talk bad about Cardano, right? And I thought at the time that minting these guys was genius because um, one day when Cardano succeeded, you were going to have whales and popular folks um, buying these up for hundreds of thousands of ADA or dollars, and as their profile pictures because these are going to be, I thought just on that alone, I thought these were going to be the blue chip NFTs. So, back in October, they were minting. I got in on the main sale. It was about, you know, 35 ADA per per mint. We were about $2 per ADA at the time. And I did probably what every sensible person would advise not to do, which I bought a bunch of them. I bought 2,000 ADA worth of ghosties, which was around $4,000 at the time. And I had my doubts. There was a period where people were having paper hands and where they were selling these for 19 ADA in the weeks that followed, and I scooped up a couple of those, but I was like, what did I spend my money on, right? What did I do? And I think a lot of NFT buyers they kind of go through that same initial oh shit moment. What did I just buy? And I aped into this project. Um, Luckily for me, it wasn't a mistake. So here's the floor price history. Here's that 18 ADA that I was talking about when they first came on sale. Um, Over the last few months, they've been doing really well. 200. I had a couple buddies that sold around here thinking it was a top. I had a goal. I did get my 2000 ADA back and sold, I think, two epics for about $1,000 each. And I got my money back, and I'm holding the rest of the ghosties for for no pretty much with house money, right? With so I'm sitting pretty good right now with ghosties. Um, but why is this project being so popular, right? There's a lot of NFT projects that don't make it, and you know the ghosties. even though they're very creative, very clever, they're not like I don't know, high definition. They're 32 by 32 pixels. It's hard to fit in a high fidelity, high definition picture in there, right? And I think people these days we're spoiled by, you know, 4K and HD. So what's the lure about this? What's the reason for this? And and that's what I'm gonna get into here. But before I do, I want to kind of preface with what these ghost chain developers they're working on a different project I'm going to talk about over here, but I'm going to first talk about OpenSea, right? Last month, the month of January, OpenSea did $5 billion in monthly sales. And that's amazing because a lot of people can't afford to trade or mint on Ethereum because of the gas fees. I mean, look at just on this Etherscan, you can see $50, $28. For retail investors, that's not when you want to buy a $50 NFT or you want to mint a $50, $100 NFT, you don't want to be paying, $200 worth, right? So this sales volume is awesome, is amazing. Just knowing that there's a niche market, there's only a limited amount of people that are willing to spend, on those NFTs, because this definitely prices out me, and probably 90% of people out there like me, right? So you know, next on the on the agenda here, we're opening up this site. Um, Actually, I'm supposed to be opening up a different site. No, it's this one. That takes me to Cardano, right? Cardano is upcoming, coming up with NFTs, CNFTs, and the market's heating up. And you can see that transaction fees are a whole lot less on Cardano than on Ethereum, right? This is more doable for me, for people like me, right? 40 cents, 50 cents. Um, we're gonna we're probably gonna have a retail investor boom here on Cardano NFTs here this year. That's what I think. And yesterday I posted this from Asari, took a screenshot of it, and Cardano is already outdoing everybody in transaction volume, even Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, even the big guys, right? The blue chips, according to you know people like Benjamin Cohen, right? Cardano's doing awesome, right? So what does this mean, right? I'm gonna open up this other page here. Ben Armstrong. If you don't know Ben Armstrong, he's the original BitBoy. He on BitBoy Crypto. I think he's probably the most popular crypto YouTuber in the world, right? Whenever I first started getting into crypto last year, this is the guy that in my mind, I knew had a channel, and I searched out. I searched for the very first YouTuber I searched for. So he's world renowned YouTuber, and look what he posted here, right? Um, just so we're clear, OpenSea is ran by absolute scammers, insider trading, censorship, and centralization at its finest. Cannot wait for FTX and Coinbase NFTs to blow them out of the water. I'll do everything in my power to destroy this company. Wow. So so even with BitBoy hating on these guys, they're still pulling down this much money, right? So what does that mean, right? So I'm gonna scroll down, look at my notes here. You know, when he talks about centralization, I look at these exchanges here, these centralized exchanges, and I don't think we're going to see the solution with centralized exchanges for a CNFT store for the average person, right? For the retail investor. So, you have FTX who refuses to list Cardano. The owner, I think, is Sam Bankman-Fried. He's a Solana maximalist. I think he's a little bit scared of Cardano, to be honest. That's just my opinion, though. And Coinbase, they're a little bit more neutral, but I think right now they're pro Ethereum, right? So which, if they figure out how to get those transaction fees down, more power to them. But moving on to a more decentralized marketplace, Freeroam. Freeroam is being built by the creators of the NFT Ghost Chain community, right? And I'm trying to find where it says that they're going to be a 1.01% profit here. Where's that? Here we go. So when you own a Ghost Chain, you're eligible for a 0.01% net profit share from the Freeroam marketplace, right? Which, that looks like a small number, right? I mean, let's 0.01%. What is that? Right? Let me move on to the other marketplaces real quick before we go back to this one. So, Freeroam, they're about to release. They're imminently that last week they gave us an update. They brought on more developers because they're making this thing not only a marketplace but a hub, a central hub for metrics, for floor prices, for just all kinds of analytics for CNFTs. It's not just going to be a marketplace, right? So okay, so I think okay, that's cool. It's going to have analytics. It's going to be a marketplace, but is it going to be the best marketplace, right? You know, um, there's a lot of people out there like J Crypto. They're hyped up for this marketplace because it looks the best out of all the marketplaces out there right now, and I agree, it has the best UI. But what about the bottom line, right? So we're going to look at fees on CNFT.io first, right? This is the original marketplace for Cardano, and the fee structure here, whenever you sell an NFT, is 2.5% commission, right? Um, that's on CNFT.io, right? The original guys, right? Which is cool. You got your CNFTs, you got it working, cool. Recently, the here's the two I sold here to get my money back, right? Recently, JPEG Store released, and they have a sleeker market. They have a sleeker UI, and I like them. Their UI is a lot cleaner, a lot better, a lot less buggy than CNFT.io, and their fees are 2%, right? Um, which is good, right? You have a 2% a marketplace. These guys, they're actually currently probably the biggest marketplace on Cardano, which is great. However, when Freeroam launches, this is going to be the fee structure here, right? So if you take a good look at that, that's going to give, a base of 2%, but everybody who owns a Ghost chain gets a discount on selling, on their trading fees, right? So now we're going to get into the projected return on investment for owning a Ghost chain NFT, right? I'm going to warn you before I get started, if you ask people on the Ghost chain Discord, they're extremely conservative with their estimates, right? This is not financial advice. This is my estimation based on my own opinion and where I see things going in the future in the crypto space, right? So let's get started with the calculation, right? So with all of this going on, OpenSea doing 5 billion, high fees, they're pricing out 90% of the population. Um, you know, the fees again. You're looking at the on-chain activity. You're looking at Ben Armstrong's opinion of them, and you're looking at a sleek marketplace that has lower fees than the leading marketplace out there right now, right? So people are going to go to wherever they they can make the most money, and that's going to be Freeroam, I think, right? So if you don't price out that population, if you bring in that amount of money, let's say in about a year, the retail investor starts trading on Freeroam, right? Exclusively because it's the best marketplace around. And let's say they catch up to OpenSea numbers, right? 5 billion. I think they can catch up to this easy. I mean, a lot of people are skeptical, but I think Cardano is the coin that the retail, the average person is going to go into, and that is where the big pool of money is at, right? The middle class, investor, the maybe not the person that's really well off, but the people that are, middle tier in money, right? So they're going to go to Free Roam and they're going to do their NFT trading on there, right? So let's take that number, right? We're going to take $5 billion and we're going to, let's say Free Roam only makes let's say their average is 1.6% in fees, right? So we're going to multiply that by 0.016. That's $80 million in gross revenue. So let's half that for operating costs and payroll. $40 million in net profit. And now they're going to feed the Ghosty community, right? And this is why there's so many holders, people that are refusing to sell their Ghostchain NFTs because they see this potential here. They downplay it, but they see the potential. So I'm going to divide this by 10,000 because there's 10,000 ghosties out there. You have $4,000 per month being generated just by holding a ghosty in your Cardano wallet. So, okay, so that's a pretty good deal, right? You know, I'd say that's a bargain. If you look at the floor price right now, 800, you're going to get that money back times 5, right? So it's a pretty good deal right now, right? Hopefully it doesn't go up too soon. But um, with a $4,000 worth a month, what's your ROI over the course of a year? Let's say, right? Let's multiply this by 12 months. 48,000. That's a salary, man. That's somebody's salary. That's somebody can live on that here in the U.S., right? Maybe not in California, but other places. But okay, $48,000 a year, right? Um, how long do we expect the NFT market to be hot? If you look at trends, if you look at the internet, you look at like stuff like Napster back in the '90s or the 2000s. I forgot when exactly it was. You know, uh, streaming music streaming and how it evolved and everything. Um, I think we're going to see a hot NFT market for a good 5 years. Let's just say it only lasts 3 years, right? 48,000 times 3, 144,000. You have about $150,000 NFT, right? If you get a ghosty, right? This is my opinion, right? I don't want you guys to go out there and go sweep the floor because because of a projection that might not come true. Okay, this is just me doing crunching some numbers, looking at market, projections, looking at where the things are going. That's all. This is just an opinion, right? So, circling back to the stake pool, where the stake pool gets involved in this, we're giving away one, right? We're giving away an epic ghost chain, which is right below the highest tier, right? Right here, epic. Your trading fees get reduced down to 1.5% with an epic. So if you stake, let me just get this clear, get this message out. If you stake with our stake pool, which once we get a good saturation, you're going to be making passive ADA anyway, right? Once you stake to our stake pool, and we hit, and if you're part of the delegation that hits 1.5 million ADA, which is nothing. If you look at some saturated stake pools, they're at 60 million in ADA. So the money's out there, right? The money's out there. If you're part of this delegation, right, and you win this, you're set for life. You're set for life, in my opinion, right? Um, I got a few of these guys. So just to let you know, I got lucky. Because I got lucky to build up the stake pool, I'm not only giving away this one, but for 24 months, I'm giving away one per month starting in March. So they're not going to be epics. They're going to be commons, uncommons, maybe some rares. But this is the only time we're ever going to offer an epic like this. This first delegate, with this first 1.5 million mark, right? So if you get in early here at the stake pool, you're going to get rewarded. Loyal delegators, the people that came in early, this crew here, you guys, whoever else is listening to this video, up to 1.5 million. On the Epic, we get to 1.5 million. I'm going to do a snapshot, and I'm going to get all the state keys, and I'm going to select a random. I'm going to use a function. I went over that in my first video. I'm going to use a function to select a random state key, and that person is going to win this NFT, right? So, you know, get your friends, get your family, get your coworkers, hell, get your dog to come and stake here because we're going to make you rich. Um, I know I went over a long time here in this video, but I wanted to explain something. And this is Steve from Alamo Stakepool. I appreciate y'all watching, and take care.